What is the Last Planner System percent plan complete? In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to measure your percent plan complete, what it means with CPM, what it means with TACT, and some other KPIs that you can use in the Last Planner System to really win. I think you're going to love it. Stay with me because I'm showing you examples on my computer. In this video, I'm going to take you through some instruction from our book, and I'm going to talk to you about what KPIs you can actually use on your project site, and I'm really excited about it because you should get some pretty good clarity from this video with content that you've never heard before. So I'm really excited about it, and if you're interested in that, please stay with us. Okay, everybody, so I'm going to share with you some content from page 158 all the way to 167 from the Tax Steering and Control book, and I'm going to do it in a way that you'll be able to follow along, but only pull out the key items. In the last video, I talked to you about the afternoon foreman huddle, what the agenda was, and then we went through each of the agenda items one by one, and you were able to see exactly how to run through the meeting step by step, which I think is pretty neat. What I want to pull out in this video is the percent plan complete portion of it. When you do an afternoon foreman huddle, you have a certain agenda, and what you're doing is you're really looking at the current day's progress and you're planning the next day. And let me go ahead and zoom in here. I think you'll find this interesting. As I zoom into this image, I want you to pay attention to January 16th. You'll see it's check, X, check, 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 check. This was an X. And what I want you to be able to do is if you don't hit an activity, that counts against your percent plan complete. And when I say counts against, that's not a negative thing. Here, let's go ahead and do something real quick. I want to take some notes. Percent plan complete can either be listed as percent of promise is complete or percent plan complete. And what it is it's your total accomplished activities divided by your total of promises. And so let's go ahead and do this. If you had 8 accomplished out of 10 of the total activities, then your percent plan complete is 80%. Now, historically, in Last Planner System using CPM, you'll want to hover above 80%. If you're at 100%, there's a concept that says that you're probably sandbagging, you're not being aggressive enough. But if you're using TACT, you really need to be targeting 100% because the production leveling and the targets have already been figured out, and you should be able to hit 100% of your activities. So percent plan complete or percent of promises complete is the total activities that were delivered as promised divided by the actual promises. So 8 divided by 10, 80%. This is your Last Planner with CPM target. This is your Last Planner with TACT target, 100%. So that's how it's calculated. So if we are going to use this example right here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the total activities that were promised were 6. And we accomplished 5, so 5 divided by 6, that's an 83% PPC for the day. So what you'll do when you're doing this is you'll calculate your PPC, but you won't just calculate it. You'll say, what was the root cause that we didn't hit this one right here? And you'll notice that in the day plan video, I gave you a list of constraints and roadblocks. Let me actually take you to those right now so that you have a complete list. So the constraints and roadblocks, they're very interesting. Constraints are system problems and roadblocks are problems, things that are in your way. So if you have a day plan and you are finding problems, you've got to be able to identify, was it a constraint or a roadblock? And this list is pretty comprehensive down here. It's pretty well researched. And the point is, and that's why I drew these pie charts, right? Can you identify what are the constraints that bug you the most? What are the roadblocks that bug you the most? And then you do a root cause analysis and make changes to your system, which is your train of trades or your train tracks or your zones rather, or changes to how you're running the project site so that when you create your day plan for the next day, it's better and you can manage your handoffs properly like we explained in the last video. Now let me go ahead and take you to an example here. I'll do this one by one. So this is the macro level TAC plan for this example. This is the norm level TAC plan for this example. And then you're able to filter out and create what's called a look-ahead plan. The look-ahead plan is for removing roadblocks and for identifying things that need to be made ready for the activity. So look-ahead planning is for making work ready and identifying and removing roadblocks. The weekly work plan, which is shown here, is specifically inside this format so that you can identify the handoffs you're supposed to hit, the commitments that have been made. This is the start of your percent plan complete effort. Because when you get down to your day plan, it should be pretty much constraint or roadblock free. Now, like I said, if you come in here and you know for a fact, hey, I hit this one, I didn't hit this one, I did get this one, going on down through each of the activities, not only are you able to calculate your percent plan complete, but you're able to find out what activities, let's maybe say that you didn't hit this one and you didn't hit this one. Now you go do your root cause and you can go ahead and find out what your variances were and make corrections from there. Now, when you go ahead and report on this, this is what it looks like. Your percent plan complete, like I said, your green range is 70 to 90. In Last Planner, trainers will tell you is that Last Planner and CPM, you want to be above 80%. For TACT, I want to see 95 to 100 because we've already done the packaging. You should be able to hit that. But another thing that I want to tell you in addition to this is not only can you track percent plan complete, but you can track what your perfect handoff percentage is. And I want you to be able to be above 80% of the handoffs that are in the weekly work plan that you actually hit. You can also track your remaining buffer ratio. You can track your roadblock removal average. I'm not going to talk to you about these too much. I'll just give you a brief description. This is how well you're hitting your handoffs. This is do you have enough buffer remaining according to what you need? And this is how many days on average between when you resolve roadblocks and when they're about to impact you, how many days are on average are in between. So if you're 6 days, that means most roadblocks are removed 6 days before impact. The bigger the number here, the better. So you don't just have to settle for percent plan complete. You actually have 3 more for a total of 4 KPIs that you can track in the TAC production system. But let me just go ahead and finish this out and say for a percent plan complete that the system is it's actual promises accomplished, right? Divided by those that are made. Like I said, if you have 8 that were accomplished of the 10 promises that were made, you will be hitting 80% PPC. For the 20%, you need to do a root cause for those and find out what constraints and roadblocks, those are different things. One more time, constraints are system problems. Roadblocks are things in the way of the system. What constraints or roadblocks actually happened. Track your biggest problems. And once you know the biggest problems, you can take corrective action in how you are actually running the site. And the idea is that you'll be able to do better with this. And so that's basically the essence of percent plan complete. These are all with examples. If you need help, please let us know. We have templates for all of this. We're more than willing to help. We'll turn this into a blog post, give you some of the visuals, and just invite you to reach out to us if you ever need help. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you've liked it and hopefully subscribed and stay with us. On we go.